Praise the Lord, good morning. There was a farmer who was working in the land for a very long time, and to his disappointment, there was not much of his profit, and he could not see any fruit benefiting his life. Thinking of his life, which was going in a very down path and all these things, so he was totally tiresome of the things that is happening towards him. So, about all this, while he was wondering, he met a wise man who was talking to him, and he explained, like, whatever I'm doing on the land, that does not give me any fruit, and I feel very bad about things because I don't see any no improvement, and I don't see a very great future about me. So the wise man, after listening to his, the trouble, he said, "Do not worry. Hard work pays off. So there should be something that has to be put in. Now, though the hard work is on the same process, but it doesn't yield you any benefit. You have to try it in a different way. The problem is same, but the solution can be in a thousand ways. So you have to find a different way, and it might solve. All the thing is that you have to relax, think about how you're going to take this forward and utilize it in a better manner. So, hearing this, he got a little courage. He went back to the field and he started researching many things in a fashion, how to bring things in the way that he's expecting. So, with his research, he was very successful, and later on, his crops were growing, hundredfolds, and a lot of things that happened in a change. So, this brought him very, the happy time of his life. So, coming to our lives, when we are looking into our nurturing life of a spiritual desires that has been in, enforced with us, all I have to encourage you is that whatever steps that you're taking to be spiritual, but again you're drained out, and a lot of things that comes in between to distract you and all those things. You wanted to stay strong, but again falling back. God knows everything that's happening. In Romans chapter 8, verse 28, it says, "Everything works for good for those who are called for his purpose." According to the purpose of God, whoever has been called, everything happens good. So all you have to decide is like, how much are you yielding to Christ? That is important. So spirituality, when we talk about, not many people would break their head into, because every day's business is very busy for them. The life is busy and things across are busy, but taking a few minutes for yourself is nourishing your strength in spirituality is important, because Christ always had a greater purpose in choosing you. And though you might seem that I'm very little about whatever my life is leading on this earth, and whatever you might think about yourself, but the purpose and the calling that God has for you is so big that you have to encourage yourself in everyday's life fashion and say that you've been called for a greater purpose. So nurturing yourself, probably for a particular reason you're going and praying to the Lord and there's no answer, and there are a lot of things that is pulling you back, then you lose interest and you say, okay, this is not going to happen. But in the worldly times when we come, we are so quick in understanding to step onto the different solution process. You don't just give up, like, okay, this is not happening, I'm just giving up. That is not a basic understanding about a human, right? People are given a capability and a capacity to think and overcome every situation. So the same way, when it comes to the spirituality also, when you're not given a chance to pray, or when you're not given a chance to deal with God rightfully, it is always your capability. God has given you an extra potential to run back to Him and say, Lord, I want a strength to stand in your presence. That's very important. So I just wanted to encourage you on the Sabbath day, whatever is breaking through on the spiritual grounds, I just encourage you that you will stay strong in whatever you're doing and benefiting yourself. Go into the presence of the Lord, as it is Sunday today, a very auspicious day we can call it as, because it's the resting Sabbath day in the presence of God. It's a very beautiful time that you can spend in the Lord's presence. And I wanted to encourage you, ask God, because as I said, Romans chapter 8 verse 28, it says, for those who love Him, everything has been called in a purpose, and you are being chosen as a beautiful vessel for Him. So with that, the confinement that God has given you, all you have to do is just go and renew yourself and ask God for His grace so that it can lead you forever. May God bless you. Have a great day. Thank you.